Hey guys, how's it going? What's up? Well, it's review day for the Rok Dremel. Anyways, it does come with a case. If you want to see the unboxing video and all the goodies that come with it, go check it out. I just figured we'll throw the Dremel on the table today. I do have a boatload of Dremel accessories that I've collected over the years because I've been using these things forever. So, not too long ago, my job mate gave up. And figure, well, what the heck, let's get a new Dremel. $35, comes with a nice case, comes with the snake, the main machine, top speed is 32,000 RPM, comes with about a 40-piece little accessory kit of different bits and stuff, but you can buy boatloads, and I actually recommend getting big kits of Dremel accessories, even though you might not use some of those pieces. The big kits save you a boatload of cash. So, and you get usually doubles or triples of some things in there too, etc. that you're going to find handy. So Dremels, you can use them everything from wood carving to engraving to pretty much your imagination, okay? They are a lot of fun. They are such a handy tool. They get into places that other tools are never going to get into, especially when you have a snake on it. It's really handy. And this snake's really nice because it's all one unit piece in here. And of course you've got these little cutouts with anti-slip, so you can, you know, do engraving and stuff like this, or you can use the front end as well. There's a little tool pin that goes on the side here, and you just rotate it until the pin drops in. And it looks like an Allen wrench, but it actually isn't. It's just a round pin. Anyways, you lock that, then you can just, you know, loosen this off, put your bit in, tighten it up. It comes with a wrench too that also is a multi-tool, has a screwdriver on the other end. Then you just snug it up and away you go. Now as far as features here, we've got an on and off switch. Now on speed 1, it really doesn't do much of anything, right? So get into 2 and 3, it starts to come up. And you can vary the speed any way you like within the dial range. That's maximum speed. And just turn it off and it stops virtually instantly. It does have replaceable brush capability, but you'll never replace the brushes on a Dremel. We used to torture job mate Dremels in the day when we used to make wood grips. My wife and I would sit in the shop for hours at a time and just run these things endlessly, carving out grips by hand for people's pellet guns. And we never had to replace a set of brushes on any of those Dremels, nor did they ever die, other than I had to replace a power switch on one, and we did blow up 2 Dremel snakes. That meant buying more Dremels from JobMate to get more snakes, because at the time, you know, to get a replacement aftermarket snake could cost you $40 to $70, especially if you went after the Dremel brand, right? And anyway, so this is basically a replacement version of a JobMate, because JobMate doesn't exist anymore, which really sucks because, you know, some of their tools are really good, especially their Dremels. You know, they've got a really good history of staying together. The last one I had, of course, was probably one of the last models they made, and it actually kind of really sucked. I mean, I did get it used, so I don't know what the original owner put it through, but when I took it apart to salvage the switch from it, and I did keep the snake because it is compatible with this thing, the brushes were just like new. So obviously a problem with that Dremel, because something flew off inside of it and was chattering, and I did get the piece out, don't know what it was from, but the motor would overheat, it would bog down in speed. I mean, it took me like forever just to cut through not even a 3/8 diameter screw to shorten it, and I was like, wow, that's really not impressive when it's that bad a shape, and I've never seen a JobMate Dremel do that. So flukes can happen. Just like anything else, you can buy a product and it could be defective. It doesn't matter what the product is, you can get defects, and maybe this was just one of them that had that problem, and away we go. So we went to Home Hardware looking for Dremels, and we have a girl in there that we deal with all the time, and she's really awesome. She knows hardware just as well as the owner does, which is really cool. Anyways, I says, well, I need a Dremel. I blew my job mate up. Oh, okay, no problem. So she showed us the Dremels on the shelf, and these are like the Rok brands. And they had another one for 35 bucks too, but no snake. You know, but there's give and take on what you would get even for accessories, right? And it's like, I got more accessories at home for these things than I know what to do with. So, you know, I wanted one with a snake, and she says, well, this is a better one that I feel better selling you. You know, it's got everything you need there, and, you know, she knows about the whole snake thing with us, and we need Dremels with snakes. And so we got this one, and it's like, wow, this thing's fantastic. Now this also does come with a stand, by the way, which is not in the video. It doesn't really matter. It is in the unboxing. But I've got the stand set up on the top shelf so I can just hang the thing up. And it's out of my way, and away we go. And I can sit here at the bench, and I got plenty of length in the snake from where it's hanging up on the shelf. And I can do whatever I need to do with pellet guns or whatever. You know, and if I do need to move it somewhere else, I can always just take it off the stand and move it somewhere else that I need it in the shop here, whatever. But you can do grinding, polishing, cutting steel with these things, grinding, like I said, sanding, you name it. If there's an accessory for it, you can do it with this thing, and they are just fantastic. Now, I have tortured this one, which is why I'm doing the review now. And I've really put it through its paces, and I've had no overheat issues. I've had no bog downs or slowdowns of any kind. It is just a fantastic product for $35. You know, I mean, we were looking at Dremel brand Dremels and other Dremels as well around town before we went to Home Hardware. And you know, I've had Mastercraft Dremels, and they are garbage. I have just no use for them. Okay. Not everything Canadian Tire puts out for the Mastercraft line is good. That would be one of them, so stay away from Mastercraft Dremels. The Dremel brand Dremels are extremely expensive, and really, what are you getting for your money other than a fancy name and you've got bragging rights? I own a Dremel brand Dremel, and that's about what it is, because, you know what? Feature to feature, it doesn't matter. There's nothing extra you're getting in a Dremel branded Dremel, and you are paying a very high price tag for that name. You know, it's kind of like when those multi-tools came out, and I can't even pronounce the name of it, of the brand, but, you know, now everybody's doing them. Ridge's doing them, and Ryobi's doing them, and Ryobi's copying JobMate, too, so that all the pieces are compatible, right? Now, I still prefer the Rigid brand myself. I've had really awesome luck with Rigid tools, but when it comes to something like a Dremel, it's like, you know, it's not that I'm cheap, it's just that, you know, I know well enough that, you know, even these things are much cheaper and they're just as good. You know, and this may be a little bit bigger unit than, say, a Dremel brand Dremel, but you know what? It really doesn't matter, because what's important is, you know, that you can actually make use of the tool and you can use it. Now, there is a cordless version, and it seems that Dremel is the only one making a cordless one that I can find, at least locally, around town. And I have thought about the cordless one because it would be very handy for some things. So I might actually opt out to, you know, save some money because it's big bucks, and get that one down the road, because it would be definitely very handy to have a cordless one kicking around. Unless Rok comes out with one, then I'll buy theirs and try it and give it a spin and see how it does. Now, like I said, you don't have to use the snake, but you can also take the snake off. And this push button is actually a lock for the motor lock, okay? And this way you can use its piece like this at the other end and change your bits out. So you don't ever have to touch this button ever, and it wouldn't do you any good to touch this button and try and do it at this end, because it ain't going to work for you. So you actually have to use that pin in here to lock the mechanism on the snake, and away you go. Anyhow, I'd say, as far as, you know, the whole star thing, I'm going to put this thing a 4.5 out of 5. Only because there is nothing that is perfect, okay? It doesn't exist in this world. Nothing's perfect. But as far as price goes, it's an awesome price. The quality seems pretty good. Have no issues. I've tortured it. It hasn't died. It hasn't overheated, hasn't bogged down on my things that I've used it with. It's just a fantastic little tool for the money. I would say this, to me, in my world, this is the equivalent of the job mates. You're getting a lot for your money and not having to spend very much. You know, like 35 bucks is nothing. You know, to get the same sort of deal in a Dremel brand Dremel, you're going to pay upwards to almost $200. You know, keep in mind we are talking Canadian price because I live in Canada. But either way, even in the States, when you compare the prices, this is still the far cheaper solution and just as good as any Dremel brand Dremel out there. So, anyways, if you have any questions, comments below. Okay? And of course, even just regular comments below. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and then smash that bell for notifications for updates to my channel. Probably have some more tool reviews coming. I know a few people that are going to be happy with that, you know. And other stuff going on, you know. Hey, I mean, we're only in July here. Well, almost the end of July, actually, by tomorrow. But still lots of summertime left to do all kinds of things in the summer fun. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.